So we are in Parashat Beshalach. What's your parasha? I know that's why everything is so difficult for you. It's like splitting of the Yam Suf. So there is a contradiction in Parashat, a certain contradiction in Parashat Beshalach regarding the story of Yam Suf. On one hand, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu leaned his hand on his hand on the ocean, and the ocean split, or whatever. And the other one is HaKadosh Baruch Hu had a Ruach Kadim, an eastern wind, all night long, and then the ocean, the Red Sea, turned into dry land. And it says V'yivaku hamayim, and not only turned into dry land, the water split up in half, and that's that's what allowed Bnei Israel to walk through. So therefore, the question is like this: what exactly had happened? Did it happen through Moshe Rabbeinu's miracle, or through the eastern wind, in which HaKadosh Baruch Hu blew into the ocean? It's very interesting. We're always wondering about this eastern wind. Why? Because if you know the geography of the place, what we call today Yam Suf is a totally different place than where Egypt is and where like the Suez Canal is. And then in order to split it into half, it needs to come either a northern or a southern wind. Now, that's a different story. Never mind. It's just one of those scratches I got. So it seems that there is in the first glimpse, that there is a certain violations of the laws of nature, and by the fact that the water elevated himself, erected himself out, and became like a wall, and from both sides, and they had to go through. The second way, it seems like there is no violation of the laws of nature, but on the contrary, there is a complete natural phenomena that could be explained, and what makes that into a miracle, I mean, we have to, hey, Jonathan. What makes it into a miracle that it happened at a specific place and a specific time. I mean, it was a natural occurrence, but it happened on exactly when they needed it, so that made it into a miracle. Not like some people who are trying to say that Moshe Rabbeinu knew exactly and then he timed it. I mean, this is really far-fetched, because it just couldn't have happened that it would be like this. Besides, I don't need any scientific proof to that, rather than what the Torah says to me. So what I'm telling you is, don't be mesmerized or thrilled by all kind of scientific proofs for anything that is written in the Torah, because we don't need that. That's for people who have a problem with the text itself and are hanging by a thread. For me, the world is halachically 5,700 and change years, and the science says it's 14 billion years. Oh, I don't really care. It doesn't make any difference to me whatsoever. That's what the Torah says. That's what the Torah says. That's what science is. That's what science is. I don't have a problem with that. I don't need proofs for things. So there is a substance that we need to really pay attention to. There is a fundamental difference that between those 2 points, those two specific points of view. The first one refers to the sense of the miracle, right? It's something that was a phenomenon that violated all the laws of nature, and in order to help a nation, our nation, to escape slavery into the promised freedom, to run away. This is should I be careful with that? But it's something that is more appropriate for young child. But the explanation is not so quote-unquote miraculous or more natural. It is miraculous on a higher level, on a much higher level than the miracle that he took the stick, hit the water split like this, or he leaned this thing, opened up like this. This, everybody is, they make movies out of that stuff. But the other one is much deeper, much higher. The miracle that the Ruach Kadim is much greater miracle than Moshe Rabbeinu leaning his hand. And that's what we need to look into. In a way, the whole event of Yam Suf, the Torah is using a certain irony, because what turned Egypt into an empire, into a mega force, in those days were actually the chariots. The chariots created a revolution in the battlefield. Until that point, there was no such thing. It was just, a bunch of herds going into each other, spears, Came the chariot and changed the whole thing around. It would be like try to stand in front of not even a tank. Try to stand in front of a car, a pickup truck, with people bow and arrow chasing you when you are, you stand no chance whatsoever. They revolutionized it completely with superior military power. They have horses, Arabian horses. They brought them with it, whatever they did with them. They tied the chariots to the horses to the chariots, and they were a mega force. It is not for nothing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu Davka chooses this kind of a method to teach the Egyptians and us a lesson. Those chariots, you have to remember, made them into completely, the Egyptians, to be completely unbeatable. Nobody could beat them. To have the technology, to have those lightweight chariots. I've seen one. It's amazing how maneuverable those things are. I've seen one. It's really unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. This thing can go fast. Imagine the person, is running. I mean, how fast can you run with your shields and everything? This thing can go at like 30, 40 miles an hour. I mean, it's a horse and it's very light and you just fly out of it. Very hard to control. But once you pick up, imagine you coming with those chariots and you have people on there. One is riding, the other one is shooting, and you're just splitting the lines of your enemy into you shatter it into smithereens. They finished. The same thing that people used, or armies used, using horses. If you want to see how it's done, go watch an Akira Kurosawa movie. They always are the best. The horse is coming, they put the line, until of course the gun came, and then changed everything around. Until then, that was the way to go. So in a way, it's some kind of like a poetic justice par excellence that Davka, specifically in that method, that was sunk. And there's only one way in which technology does not have an advantage. Usually, besides few incidents, whoever had superior power, firepower, more advanced weapons, systems, that's military that won. Maybe the first example not like that is when you take technology, and of course you face it with guerrilla war, like they did, throughout history many times. Or I think the biggest victory of guerrilla warfare over a much superior army was Vietnam. That was a completely different story. So that situation that we are talking about is only one place in the Egyptian land. It's a flat place. There's no mountains there. In that part of Egypt, there's no mountains. It's flat. A tremendous adventure. Very nimble. Very fast. The only place in which they don't have an advantage is if they sink into mud. And they sink into mud, they get stuck. So it's quite ironic that the Egyptian army is stuck in the mud, could not advance, could not retreat. All of a sudden the wind stops, the water coming back into place. As we say, mashpil giborim, right? Magbiya shefalim. And if it turns the whole thing over, and if you read it appropriately, if you read this pasuk with this understanding, we have a tremendous, tremendous lesson that we can get from that, which the first explanation, or the first method that we always relate to with the thing, does not really portray to us. That's what we say, lo b'shukei ha'ish yirtzeh, lo b'gvorot ha'ish yichpatz, right? הקדוש ברוך הוא הזיוון, רוצה השם את יראיו, את המייחלים לחסדו. הקדוש ברוך הוא wants those, he doesn't want your power, he doesn't want your muscles, he wants your emunah, he wants your longing to his chesed. In the way in which the event of Yam Suf, it's not so long, he's going to be after, the event in which Yam Suf was written is really amazing, and this is really something specifically written to us, and it's really, really amazing that together with our, with our progress through years, hopefully we mature not with the body only, we mature with our understanding, with our intellect, with our cognitive abilities. We have a deeper understanding and a totally different outlook to the way things are. You look at the world completely different when you're 50 or when you're 25. By the way, happy birthday, Michael. Tomorrow. Yeah. So, and there is a tremendous, we understand things much different in a greater depth. And when we are not interested anymore in the miracle technique or in the miracle industry, but more so, how do we acquire or how we lose freedom, as much as the wind really can split an ocean, so is a spiritual wind can go underneath the ground, underneath the surface, and reveal into us different layers or deeper layers in which we didn't know that we really acquire, that we really possess. So let's go a little bit back. Let's go a little bit back. Now, Bnei Israel are standing at the, and by the way, I just want to tell you this. You see it many times. Many times we read the Parashat, we read it for 1,000,000 times. If you do Shtayim Mikra Echad Targum, if you are 43, you did already 60-something times, at least. If not more. And every time, I don't know, it never fails. Every year that I come to a parasha, I find something else in it that I just wait, how come I didn't see it before? It's so obvious. It doesn't fail. It just does not fail. So that's what I'm referring to, the different, you're peeling, and it's still, there's still more to peel. It's really it's really unbelievable. And the more you peel from the parasha, the more you get to the core of yourself and to the understanding of how you should interact with this world, how you should interact with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It really is unbelievable. I love it. So let's go back a little bit to what happened there. Bnei Israel are standing on the shores of Yam Suf, and what Moshe is telling them as soon as they start to quiver and complain, right? Well, what'd you bring us here? So guys, relax, tranquilo, no te espantes, no be. Moshe spoke Ladino. It was Sephardi. They didn't call him Moshe, they call him Moshe. That's Sephardi, right? Moshe Yaakov. I should say Moshe Yankiv. Right? So they says, guys, don't worry. Hashem ilachem lachem vatem tacharishun. Hashem will fight and you be quiet. Just keep quiet. Shake it. Shh. Hashem will fight. Bnei Israel, which is amazing. Not a long time ago, the Batzekam the dough didn't even were able to rise. They just finished with one miracle right? They saw miracles upon miracles, right? But all of a sudden, the Mitzrayim, the Egyptians are back. All the fears are coming back again. All the phobias are coming back again. Remember, we spoke about abuse, right? So that's what it is. All those fears that they have are coming in, resurfacing again. And they forgot that there are things that are above logic. And there's not a requirement, or there isn't a requirement for you that you need or must understand everything that happens in your life. We have this entitlement that we need to understand everything. Explain to me why. What should I explain to you why? Who said you need to understand things? Why did this happen? Why HaKadosh Baruch Hu did this? Why this, Not everything. You're not supposed to or entitled to know everything. And it's okay not to know. So, and that miracle that they're going to, or miracle could occur, also only, when does a miracle happen? Only when you're keeping quiet and you letting HaKadosh Baruch Hu do his job. When you are busy screaming and yelling and screaming and yelling, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is trying to do some things for you. He does things for you. You don't see it. You're too busy throwing a tantrum. It's like a kid. I want something. I want the candy. No, I don't want it. And all of a sudden he says, here, the candy is here. Why are you crying? Okay. That's how we are. We're throwing tantrums all the time. So, when Moshe Rabbeinu tells them to be quiet, he tells them that the internal noise does not allow them to see the miracle. The miracles are there all the time, but there's so much chatter in our brains that we just don't see the miracle. It's like you take a person, right? He's falling asleep. In the middle of davening, he has tefillin on. He's doing the bobbing job, right? He's bobbing away. So, tefillin on, hello, Habibi, wake up. No. Say, okay, sit there next to the window. I'll open the window. So all of a sudden, a little bit out of his comfort zone, right? Shivering. So, okay, you're shivering, not a problem. Guess what? After davening, take your tefillin out, go outside with just a shirt on. I know it's like 14 degrees. It comes back, no, how you doing? It's so hot in here. I thought you were cold. Yeah, sounds familiar. But all of a sudden, what happened to the cold here? It's not that it was cold. You just feeling uncomfortable. And that seeking of comfort, lack of willingness to step out of our comfort zone is horrendous to us. And then, God forbid, we'll have to do something. And we become fearful. And then we generate our actions, again, based on fears. Remember, we are fear-oriented. And when you're fearful, and you're afraid of the cold, you're not going to freeze, don't worry, you're not going to freeze. You're not going to freeze. And you're not going to die from hypothermia. Listen, don't worry, go outside. All of a sudden, you're coming back, I'm sweating. Isn't that a miracle? Of course it's a miracle. Yeah, your body is 98.6 degrees. You were like a hot volcano. Don't worry. But the miracle you didn't see because you were busy being afraid, busy being seeking your comfort to no end. So you didn't see the miracle that happened to you. Miracles upon miracles, day in and day out. And we're just too busy being afraid, too busy looking for a blanket, a security blanket, a comfort blanket. So we don't see the miracles. As much as the word lehacharish comes from the same root of charisha, plowing. Lachrosh is to plow. Which symbol? What plowing symbolizes? What do I plow? To plant, right? Which in a way is a miracle. You take a seed. Perfectly fine, beautiful seedling. Seedling, or little seedling, how much do I adore you, right? Should I put you in my cholent or should I put you in my soup? Should I put you in the ground? Okay, fine, I'll put you in the ground. So you take the little seed makes a little hole with his finger, puts it inside, closes it up. Now what happens? There's moisture, there's heat. It starts to rot. It spoils. It spoils, and then you have a little sprout that comes out. You have a beautiful stalk of grain. Now, you can plant more seed, you can go into business, distributing, you can make flour, you can make bread. Now take the seeds, you take them now, what do you do to them? You grind it. But are you destroying the seeds? What are you doing? You're destroying them. Don't worry, I'm not destroying them. Take the bread, it's good for your kishkis. Eat bread, it's good for you. Then, so it's good for you. So don't worry, that's all. Oh, okay, fine. But you destroyed. Don't worry, I make flour. Okay, flour. What would I do? I put my fried fish. No, I'm gonna put water. Water. Ishtagata. You're making mud. Don't worry. I take it. I put it in the oven. It grows, becomes bread. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. No, it was worth it. Of course, it was worth it. Is that a miracle? Of course, it's a miracle. Why don't you stay in great astonishment to the way that the food grows? It is a miracle. But for you, it's not a miracle. Why? You're too busy. You want to eat. You're hungry. I'm hungry. I want to eat. So since I'm hungry and busy eating, I neglected the fact that it's a miracle. By the way. We'll take just I'm going to keep on talking, but I just want to sing a little song, right? Everybody ready? We sing the happy birthday to Michael. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Michael.
Happy birthday to you.
Michael, this is all from your parents for you. This is your birthday meal. So there's some good stuff there, so you can start eating. Michael, how old are you? Yes, I know. Very good. Mazal tov. Chuppah bekarov. Chuppah bekarov, Mike. Michael ends with a lamed, has a mem. Michael, Rachel, Shem Yafeh. Okay, Mike. All right. So you understand, we are so busy in the fact that we are hungry, we don't recognize the miracle. Anything like that. Anything. And then, of course, we attach all kind of labels to it. Which is the miracle that Am Yisrael were able to go back to the land, and they were always there, but to establish a sovereign, somewhat state, after 2,000 years, after the time of the Hashmonaim, there wasn't a sovereign state. Isn't that a miracle? Okay, so he didn't go along with certain segments of Judaism, so they call it not a miracle, but nevertheless it's a miracle. Rabbi Ben Chaim once told me, he was taking a cab from Tel Aviv to Yerushalayim after the 1967 war. So when they were driving next to a place called Latrun in 1948, when they had the war, a lot of people were killed there, a lot of soldiers died there. It was a Jordanian, by the way, if you want to call the West Bank, if you wanted to call an occupied land, Israel took it on war from Jordan, not from the Palestinians, because there was no such thing. So don't let anybody lie to you, especially not the media, a bunch of liars. Whatever tell you in the media, just do the opposite. I told you, when the media tells you go back to your home, just manage your own, do your own business, run. Stay at home, run. That's the time to run. So he said, he was sitting in the cab, and he said, it's amazing. He was talking a lot. He said, I was saying amazing. Maybe we should say a bracha here that made a miracle to us. Because 1948, hundreds of people died there. 1967, they walked by like this, they just took it over like that. It's a miracle. So a guy next to him, like an old timer, an old macher, so say an old cocker, says, no, the miracle, shmiracle. That happened because of the tanks, and we were strong and we were mighty. Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu would say, there's a Kadosh Baruch Hu, Kadosh Baruch Hu, it's my generals, Kadosh Baruch Hu, Efo. Rabbi Bechaim said, in one hand you have this guy who says, Kochi ve'otzem yadi. My generals, my tanks, my... On the other hand, you have other segments that says, it wasn't a miracle, it was the Sitra Acharad. Whichever way you look at it, the bottom line is that none of you recognize the miracle. Just learn to see things the way they are. Don't paint it and tint it with different colors. Look at the way the things are. And of course, since we were talking about bread, let's talk about the man. And look at this. There's tremendous lesson to learn from the man. All the time we are comparing. We are comparing everything to everything, right? What am I doing? What he's doing? What do I have? What does he have? What he wearing? What I'm wearing? Where did he go? Where did I go? Where did he go to vacation? Where I went to vacation? On and on and on and on and on, and so on and so on and so forth. And that is a very dangerous trait to be involved with. Comparing is a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. Bnei Yisrael came out of Mitzrayim, right? They came out of what it was known and what it was familiar to the unknown. They went to the desert, they didn't know where they were going. So, they were hungry, right? If you say they were hungry, people were hungry. So, not only to a physical hunger, also to a spiritual hunger, right? So what do, right? What do? They complain. Am Israel are serial complainers. They complain right away. They complain. It's not good to me. It's not convenient to me. It's too much sand. It's too much water. It's like people, right? It's amazing. You make a shul in a little hut, right? People getting together, they get inspired, they're going together, it's a hut, okay? It is pretty hot in the summer, and it's pretty cold in the winter. Everybody's breathing on everybody, mosquitoes, you name it. But they did it together. Now there's besimcha gdola. In great joy. They don't pay attention. Great energy. So, okay, let's build a shul. So they build a shul. They put a sophisticated air system, heat, cold. So all of a sudden in the summer, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. In the winter, it's hot, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too... And they start complaining, and they start complaining, what's going on with you? Why aren't you happy with what you have? When you have a person that complains too much, shows a certain lacking within him. Something, he feels so empty that he needs to complain. I'm not talking about complaint that somebody is abusing you or something like that, or is treating you in a not nice way. You have something. You have a phone. But this phone is old. I have an old phone. I love it. Because I'm in control. I don't have to get a data program, a plan. I have a phone. I can throw it at you guys. It's okay. Now I don't have to worry it's going to break. And if it breaks, get a new one. No big deal. But when you're complaining, buy me this, buy me that, get me this, get me that. What kind of a thing is that? Especially when it comes to your parents. Well, buy me a car. Why should I buy you a car? You want a car? Go to work. Okay, so I quit school. No. You're not quitting school. You're going to get a job, and you're going to do school, and you're going to go to yeshiva. You don't like it, so shut up and take a bus. Never complain. It's a sign of immaturity. And there is a spiritual immaturity as well. And then what do they complain? Oh, sir basar. We want a beef stew. I love beef stew. Right? They want beef stew. What sir basar they ate in Mitzrayim? Garnish. They ate nothing there. Maybe they ate full hummus a little bit. They meet there, they forgot. When you complain, you don't see the good that is given to you. You don't see it because you can't. Why? Because you don't recognize it, so you don't see it. So all of a sudden comes the man, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives him the man. He gives them exactly room service, 5-star room service from heaven, right? It folds you exactly on your doorstep. Everybody according to their needs. Everybody according to who they are and what they are. He gets exactly a perfect portion made in heaven for you. And what happens? They don't want it. Not only that, it has all the flavors in the world. It was a spiritual food. You want to see, how much I would like to eat now, I don't know, hummus and full. Oh, hummus and full. I don't want one sushi. This one wants, I don't know, creme brulee, I don't know, brioche, I don't know, whatever, cream, you want Napoleon, you got that. It's all within the thing. It's a magical food. And guess what? No calories. It's free of calories. You want to eat kadaif, baklava, take a bite. Oh, the same thing. Oh, no, I want shawarma now. Take it the same bite. No problem, whatever you want. Give me something like this. I can eat whatever I want, never gain weight. Hey, I made my day. You're going to be a gazillionaire. Oh, I will go for a little man now. Well, what? Not good enough. Alechem klokela, that's bad bread. Well, what do you want? You want regular bread that goes bad after 2 days? So, that's why a person does not need to worry. Why? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, listen, tomorrow is going to be the same amount at your doorstep. Don't worry, don't take more. If you're going to get more, it's going to get bad. Don't listen to what I'm telling you. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu, quote unquote, play this game with them? He didn't play the game, trying to teach them something. Don't worry. If you have emunah in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, don't worry. As long as you are alive, right? You make cheshbon, right? You make cheshbonot. I'll help him. Why? Because he can help me. Right? I'll be nice to him because he can be nice to me. I let him step all over me now because one day I need to step all over him. Right? That's the way it works. Right? That's not the way that we're doing so. By going and trying to appease people instead of doing what you need to do, that's a complete choser emunah. Right? Everybody gets whatever he deserves. So he got a Bentley, he got a Jaguar, and I got a Toyota. So I'm happy with this machpatli. I'm saying, listen, he got a Bentley. Ooh, maybe he's rich. Let me leave HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I'll be right back. Listen, can you help me? We spend so much time asking people to help us. Why won't we ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu, please help me? I don't ask for much. Give me what I need, but make me understand that this is what I need. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us exactly what we need when we need it. Not a penny more, not a penny less, not a second before, not a second after. But the problem is that we don't understand that. We don't want it. So ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to help you, to understand. Everybody thinks about, you think about what the other people will do, right? What will other people say about me? What other people say about me? What he will say about me? What they don't say? Am I cool enough? I'm not cool enough. Am I, hip enough? I'm not hip enough. Am I going to pick up a job that everybody's going to do like this to me, and so on and so forth? I'm not. It's just like the man. I receive everything from above. And how I receive everything from above? And I see the bracha by simply not being busy whatever the other person had. Everybody has his own gift, his own bracha. This guy has a bracha to work with young people. This one has a bracha to work with old people. He has a designated job, and he has a designated job. If they're going to start looking at each other, they will not do their jobs. And who will take care of the people? You can hire, for example, somebody to, I want to do mitzvot kibud avayim. However, I don't have time for that. Guess what? I'm going to hire some guy from the Philippines. He'll do kibud avayim with me. It doesn't work like that. You need to do things yourself. And this comes when we say, instead of complaining, atem tacharishun. Don't complain. Just listen. Let's do what is good. Let's do the best that we can with what we have, instead of wasting our lives with what we don't have. This is a tremendous, tremendous lesson. So before we go into the feast here, we're going to call upon Moshe Yaakov to do a siyum on Masechet Ta'anit, and then we could start indulging on food immediately. Let's go. Badge of honor. All right. So not only it's a happy birthday, it's also Siyum Masechet. No, okay.
So towards the end of Ta'anit, it goes into 5 reasons we fast on Shavasha B'Tammuz. Then it goes into the 5 reasons we fast on Tisha B'Av and to certain halachot. And then after a whole Masechta of fasting for Tzaris, we learn about Tu B'Av, which is one of the most festive days of the year. And the end of the Masechta leaves off with a little mimer on Olam Haba. It says, Amar Ula Bira, Amar Rabbi Elazar. So Ula Bira said in the name of Rabbi Elazar, Atid, in the future, in Olam Haba, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Lasot Machulat Tzadikim, he's going to make a circle of all of the Tzadikim, V'hu Yoshev B'neihem, B'Gan Eden, and he's going to sit in the middle of them, all of them in Gan Eden. V'chol echad ve'echad mara be'etzbo, and everybody is going to point to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with their fingers. Shne'emar, va'amar bayom hahu, and they're going to say on that day, Hinei Elokeinu zeh, here is our God. Kivinu lo v'yoshinu, who we put our hope in, and He gave us salvation. Zeh Elokeinu, zeh Hashem kivinu lo, this is our God. This is what's they're pointing their finger to. Nagila v'nismecha b'yeshuato, we shall rejoice and we should have happiness in His salvation. Hadran alak b'shlosha prakim v'salika l'masechet Ta'anit. Hadran alak Masechet Ta'anit v'hadran chalan. Daitan alak Masechet Ta'anit v'data chalan. Lo t'nishei minach Masechet Ta'anit v'lo t'nishei minan. Lo bal mahadain v'lo bal mahada'aseh. Yehi ratzon l'fnecha Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu shetiyeh toratcha u'manatenu ba'olam hazeh u'tiyeh imanu la'olam haba. Chanina bar Papa, Rami bar Papa, Nachman bar Papa, Achai bar Papa, Abamari bar Papa, Rafram bar Papa, Rachish bar Papa, Sochav bar Papa, Ada bar Papa, Daru bar Papa. Harevna Adonai Eloheinu et divrei Torascha b'finu u'b'finu damcha Beit Yisrael v'niyah nachnu v'tzeyatzenu v'tzeyatzenu v'tzeyatzei amcha Beit Yisrael kulanu yodei shemecha v'lom dei Toratecha l'shma me'oveitecha k'meini mitzvotecha ki l'olam hili yihili b'tamim b'chukecha l'man lo evosh l'olam lo eshkach pikudecha ki v'am chiyatani. Baruch atah Adonai, lamdeinu chukecha, amen, 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 selaved. Modem anachnu lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avosenu, shesamtech l'keinu me'eshrei Beit HaMidrash, v'lo samtech l'keinu me'eshrei Karanot. She'anu mashkimim v'hei mashkimim. Anu mashkimim l'divrei Torah, v'hei mashkimim l'divrei B'Teilim. Anu amelim v'hei amelim. Anu amelim mekablim sachar, v'hei amelim v'einam mekablim sachar. Anu ratzim v'hei ratzim. Anu ratzim l'chayei olam haba, v'hei ratzim l'be'er shachat. Shene'emar v'atah Elohim Toridem lever shachat anshe damim u'mirma lo yechutzu yemeihem v'ani avtach bach. Yehi ratzon lefenecha Adonai Elohai kishem sha'azatani l'sayim Masechet Ta'anit kein ta'azreni la'atchil masechtot v'sfarim acherim u'l'sayamam u'l'lmod u'l'lamed l'shmor v'l'asod u'kayim ekol divrei Talmud Toratecha v'yahava וזכות כל התנאים והמראים ותלמידי חכמים יעמוד לי וזרי שלא תמוש התורה מפי זרי וזרע זרי עד עולם. ותקיים בי בהתהלכך ותנחה אותך ושכחה תשמור עליך והקיצותה היא תשיחך. כי ויבו ימיך ויוספו לך שנות חיים, אורך ימים במינה בשמאלה, אושר וכבוד, אדוני עוז לימו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ביעמד הוא עתיד להתחדתה ולחיה מתיה, ולעסקה יתון לחיי עלמה, ולמבנה קרתה דיושלם ושחללה החלה בגבה, ולמקר פלחנה נחיה מן היה, ולטבה פלחנה די שמיה לעתי, וימלך קדשה ברכו במלכותי וקרי, ויצמח פרקרני וקרב משיחה.
אמן.
בחייכון וביומכון וחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן.
אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם. ואומר מיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ותאומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמת דקודשה ברכו.
אמן.
לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה ותשבחתה ונחמתה דמיון בעלמה ויאמרו אמן. על ישראל ועל בנן ועל תלמידי הון ועל כל תלמידי הון ועל כל מאן דעסקין באורייתא דיברתו הדין ודי בבל בכל אתה ויתה יהי להון ולכון שלמה רבה בחינה וחסד ורחמן וחיין אריכין ומזוני רוויחי ופרקנה מן קדם אבוהון די ושמיה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
אמן.
עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
מזל טוב, סימן טוב ומזל טוב ומזל